Welcome again, Aries. It's Dadhichi here with your monthly forecast. I call it the Oracle Express. To those of you that are new, welcome. Before we start, don't forget to press all of those buttons, that, subscribe and all that stuff. Get that out of the road. Let's have a look at the animation here. And the focus, I think, is going to be here in your sixth house this month. Sixth house has to do with your work and your health, and especially with your ruling planet moving into that exact opposition aspect on the 4th of September. That makes it a little difficult in terms of medications, the environment in which you work, the foods that you eat. So it's all related to what you're ingesting. And so you need to be a little bit careful of that. And the peak for that particular topic is going to occur on the 7th, when we see the new moon also taking place in this area. Two very fiery planets, the Sun and Mars, with the new moon indicating a complete about face in the nature of your work, the nature of your health, the way in which you approach your health and well-being. You notice also two planets here in your 7th house of relationships. Pardon me, having some trouble today. Mercury and Venus, both what we call benefic planets, activating that romantic side of your nature. And Venus moving out of that area, however, on the 11th, chasing the moon. It's not going to catch up to it. But this shows us some deeper, more intimate sorts of activities taking place. Venus in the 8th house, Venus being the planet of love, 8th house being the house of transformation, and also intimacy, point to that being a focus. And that's going to stay there sometime. And as it builds up energy, that will be its movement through that 8th house, you could expect those aspects of your relationship to intensify over the month. The moon moves into conjunction with Pluto in your 10th house. That's a monthly occurrence now. This month it happens on the 16th of September, where it connects with that intense and somewhat manipulative Pluto. Then it moves in between the Saturn and Pluto connection to create some circumstances that are probably out of your control. That's also spilling over into your friendships, relationships of a social nature around the 18th and 19th as it moves through this 11th house. Notice also Mars moving into this 7th house. That's going to be fraught with a little bit of difficulty, especially because the moon is going to make an opposition around the full moon. There it is there on the 21st. So that could be a rather volatile full moon for you, especially in terms of your relationships. Luckily, you've got Mercury here, which is indeed giving you the option there to communicate your way out of any of these problems and to negotiate a good deal for yourself if you have to. Finances are strong, shown by the position of the moon, the dark moon on the 24th of September here. And you've also got the sun moving in to that 7th house, shifting all of that energy away from the health, the co-worker issue that I mentioned at the outset, to this relationship side of your life. The fiery planets can be problematic. However, Mars and the Sun together are your two best planets, or two of your best planets. So this can bring good fortune through some sort of antagonism. There could be those moments where you're having severe arguments, and it's through those arguments that you come to some understanding, a deeper insight into what it is that you and your partner need. Now, this also applies to business relationships, so it's not just focused on your personal relationships, and you need to extend that to any sort of public relations exercise that you're going through. You need to approach people with a calmer demeanor this month. I know you want to sort of steamroll everyone, you've got your agenda, but that's not going to work for you. And also, I might note that Mars being very close to the Sun here in this last phase of the month is called combustion. Now, although these two planets have moved out of the health area of your horoscope, it's important to point out that when a planet is very near to the Sun, it actually burns up its power. And because Mars is your ruling planet, this health issue, this health point that I'm making carries through and may even be part of the reason you don't get on well with your partner or the people that you're in business or in association with. So be careful of that. If you've got some health issue, check it out. It's better to be safe than sorry, and that will also have a positive effect on your relationships generally. I've got the monthly transcript for this. We've got the chronological aspects. If you'd like to pop on over to astrology.com.au, that will give you a much deeper analysis of what's going on. This is a very superficial view of what's happening, a quick synopsis of the planetary movements. If you like, you can have a personal reading with me. You can drop me a line. And as I said at the outset, don't forget to press all those buttons. And I'll see you here next month. Take care.